Welcome to Networking Nuggets, the show where we dig deep into the art of building powerful connections. I'm your host, Janaya Hernandez, and each episode we bring you inspiring stories, practical tips, and expert advice from industry leaders and networking pros. Whether you're a seasoned professional or starting your career, this is the place to discover how to leverage networking and mentorship to fuel your success. Get ready to unlock the secrets of effective networking, develop meaningful relationships, and cultivate a community that empowers you. So grab your favorite drink, settle in, and let's dive into today's episode of Networking Nuggets. Wait. Remember, in the world of networking, it's all about practical advice for powerful networks. Okay, networking BFFs. Welcome to another episode of Networking Nuggets. I'm your host, Janaya Hernandez, and today we're diving into the topic of leveraging leadership development through networking. Love it. We have the esteemed Noelle Knowles with us, CNE leader in workforce strategy for Northeast region, and a dedicated advocate for nursing intervention and leadership. Come on now, like the title in itself. Noelle, please introduce yourself.
This is really exciting and a topic that I am thrilled to have with you. So my name's Noelle Kohles. I am a chief nurse executive, now working with a company called PRS Global, and I am the leader of workforce strategy for the Northeast region. And my goal now in my career is to work with hospitals and organizations on international direct hire employees. And a little bit of background about me. I've been in nursing for 22 years, and happy Nurses Week to everybody that's out there.
Yes.
Pediatric critical care, and now I've been in leadership for the last 10, 15 years.
Noelle, the introduction didn't even do you well. The length of history, gems, and networking expertise you have, I'm hoping that we can even still just a fraction of it in today's conversation. Your resume must be at least 10, 15 pages. Again, I'm a fan. You can tell. So we're going to dig right in. In your position, right, you focus on enhancing workforce development and leadership. How do you see networking playing a crucial role in achieving those goals?
Wow, what a great question. And, I think networking in today's world as leaders is the bread and butter of what we can do. Beyond just building a network of relationship to have supportive colleagues, it's also the stepping stone to building a network to develop better outcomes with patient care. We don't know what we don't know. And part of that with networking allows leaders from across the country and honestly throughout the world to connect to see the same problems that everyone virtually is dealing with, especially within our workforce. But what are those doing differently that are succeeding at that? And if we don't build the network, you're not going to get the answers. And I think that part of this really, and this is how you and I connected, was LinkedIn. Since COVID, I feel like LinkedIn absolutely blew up in the most positive way that could have ever happened. And we're there now. Conferences is a good one, but it's really LinkedIn that I feel that has really made healthcare a stronger foundation for success.
I agree. You were one of my very successful LinkedIn connections. I think someone introduced us behind the scenes. You didn't even know that, someone name dropped you. And then I literally went on LinkedIn, blindly sent you an email, a LinkedIn message, and here we are today. And I'm actually very grateful for the connection. I've learned a lot just, already through our conversations that we've had, outside of our interview right now. So
Agreed.
I think you're a wonderful asset to the networking community. And I would love to pick your brain on how, just some tips on how do we leverage and utilize LinkedIn to make those meaningful connections. I took a chance and inboxed you. That doesn't always work, though.
No, it does not. It does not. It's funny you say that, because in the reach out for their own business development, right? There's a lot of sales, a lot of entrepreneurs out there that are really trying to make it within the industry. And, it really goes back to building a relationship. And I cannot emphasize that anymore. I tell nursing leaders, when you think about what you're currently doing or what you want to do, you have to start looking for like-minded individuals as well. And when you do that, it's to me, it's a very simplistic message of love your background. I would love to connect with you on LinkedIn, and just be your authentic self. That in itself will gain attraction, and most likely people will connect with you. If they don't, interacting with them on their profile and the posts that they post, especially if it's relatable, have that conversation, because what's going to happen is that, let's say myself, if I see you constantly commenting on my post and I see that you're a like-minded individual, we can relate, it's highly likely that I'm going to want to figure out who you are now, and then connect with you.
That is true. Yes. I live in the comments because it's engaging with, it's, if you're not in front of the person to have a conversation, you're literally having a conversation through the comments on a topic. So I do agree with you with that.
Absolutely.
Now, you teach this, and I would like you to tap in a little bit into your, you actually have a leverage, a workflow, a packet that we can actually use. You go to organizations and give us these gems. So please elaborate on that.
So say it again in a little bit more context, where I don't want to give you a vague answer to this.
Oh, no, we don't want a vague answer. We're your networking BFFs.
No. Go ahead.
So I know that you have this platform, you teach this to others, and we'd like to know a little bit about that. I think you have a lesson, a workflow that you teach and you bring to other organizations so that we can leverage our leadership. Explain.
You want the secret sauce?
I want the secret sauce. I'm in line at Burger King and I want extra today.
I don't know. You did say Burger King, so I don't know if I can give you my secret sauce now. I honestly, it's at first, for those that are just starting on LinkedIn, it can be overwhelming and daunting to understand how do you get to where you get to. I admire those that have 30 and 40,000 followers. I'm almost at 11,000, and it's not the number of how many you get to, but how many within that number have you interacted with, and have you actually continued to build that relationship with. And it really does start, again, I would have to say it starts at the beginning of being your authentic self and just connecting with people on a personal level within the profession. You are in it to network and meet people. You're not in it to gain anything but a relationship and knowledge out of it. If you go in for the right reason, you're going to build a network. And what happens when you do that, others too shall follow by the posts that you place. So my network started to build a lot a few years ago because I started to do podcasts, and I was working with a very dear colleague of mine, Rollis Fontenot, with HR Maximizer, and we started doing LinkedIn live shows. Now, that was because the network that I started to engage with, it was a topic of interest during the time of COVID that we were on. And the post that you put on your LinkedIn page is likely to gain attraction if you do at least 3 to 4 hashtags of keywords within your post. Don't make your initial post too long and elaborate. A lot of times people won't read them. And attach an article to it. Put some fact to what you're posting. or a picture to what you're posting. And then you seem to gain a little bit more attraction to that. Then once you gain attraction, what I do is I look at all the people that are liking and whatever it may be, and I'm like, ooh, I'm not connected to that person. That's great. They liked my post. I'm going to connect. And then you connect, especially to the ones that comment. If you're not connected to those, then you start connecting. And with each connection, it's so vital that you're not just connecting to connect, but you connect with a small message similar to what you did, because that sends a personal touch. Yes. It's a personal message.
Now, I took my notebook out and I wrote everything down. so I hope, guys, your network BFF, I'm bringing you the tools here. I'm taking them for myself also, but I'm bringing you the tools. Now, it is Nurses Week. Happy Nurses Week. You are a very well-known nurse leader in this community. How do you shake off the nerves? Any advice on just going out there? A lot of us are hesitant to just start, and I know, to your point, just starting is the round up. But what does Noelle use to shake those nervous nerves, those jellies off?
Oh, I love that, because there's always a lot of shaking that happens, right? Yes. It's be bold and trust your instincts of why you're reaching out. It's okay to find that one person that you look up to as someone who may coach or mentor you literally on LinkedIn. And I have a few of those. And it starts with that connection, right? It literally starts with a relationship. I look at you and I right now. There's a reason we connected, and now we're here and we're having this conversation and we've stayed in touch. So that in itself, you're helping me by understanding the industry from which you live in and how that might directly impact the work that I do that I can share, and vice versa. And I kind of feel like nurses, we look at everything like it's all coming at us at one time. But if we can just laser focus on one small detail of, I want to connect for this reason, and just start there. Because otherwise, with me, with a critical care background and brain, my mind's all over the place. Yes. I feel like I have to go. I feel like I have to explode right away with a network. And I'm like, take it back, Noelle. And it does. It takes time to grow. But once you find that right person knows people. And those people know people. And it, goes on and on from there.
Noelle, I thank you. You don't even understand the smile that's on my face. Like if this was just for me, I'm sharing, guys. Don't worry. I'm gonna air this for you all to hear. But if it could be just for me, I gained so much just from this conversation. I usually do when you and I connect and have a conversation. But you're not off the hook just yet. So I know. It's don't worry. It's fun. Here at Networking Nuggets, we play this little game called Toolbox or Trash. And I give you some items and you tell me if I should keep it, or even if you would keep it in your toolbox, utilize it, it's something that stays with you and you pull it out when necessary. Or you know what? We're over that and it needs to go in the trash. So you ready?
I'm ready.
All right.
Love it.
All right. Mentorships programs. Are we keeping that in our toolbox, or is it time to give that up?
Mentorships programs. Mm-hmm. I'm going to go back to saying we need to keep it.
Yes.
We need to keep it. And the reason being is that it's very similar to, we don't give the tools and resources a lot to managers that are being promoted to manager, director, or even CNO. Having a mentor doesn't necessarily come natural. Mm-hmm. And to give them the tools and resources to do it successfully, they are going to make someone else's life successful.
Oh, I love that. And I'm a mentorship program guru, so thank you for that.
You're welcome.
Let's keep that one. How about leadership podcasts? And I won't be offended if you put it in the trash, but I'm hoping you keep it in your toolbox.
Oh my goodness gracious. Leadership podcast networking is exactly why I am where I am right now. And I am connected to the people that I am connected to. There is this world that if you look at it from a leadership perspective, it's like you get swallowed in the abyss. And I think we're doing an incredibly good job now at being a support system for leaders. Because if you think of years ago, the leader always had to do and be everything for everybody else, but what was in it for us?
Yes.
It's kind of like the oxygen on the plane, right? You can't take care of others if you are not being taken care of yourself. So absolutely 100 times. Yes, yes, yes.
Oh, I'm you just have a way with words. Like I hope there's a book coming soon.
Shh, don't tell anybody.
I'm not sharing all the secrets, I promise. I have to let you know that was a blast. I thank you, Noelle, for sharing your wisdom and for participating in Toolbox or Trash. I know sometimes I catch people off guard. Sometimes their trash can is full. Today, that was not one of them, and I'm very thankful for that.
Oh, it was such a pleasure. Thank you for having me. And I, look forward to sharing this out again with the network. And that's another, talk about a key takeaway, right?
Yes.
These are prime examples of putting that on your profile and sharing it out, because at some point amongst, the 10 plus thousands of people I have in my network, this will get to the right person to impact them the right way. So these are very enjoyable to have, knowing that still as a leader being in the industry, you are continuing to put your footprint out there and make a difference in another leader's life.
I appreciate that. This episode will definitely be on repeat. There were the key takeaways that you can just play in your car and listen to, and just give yourself a little confident booster. And that's what my takeaway was from this. And so I hope, listeners, that it was just as enjoyable for you. I want to thank everyone for tuning in to this episode of Networking Nuggets. And if you found value in today's discussion, please share this episode with your network and leave us a review. Your support helps us reach more people and share these important insights. Until next time, keep building those connections with intention and empowering one another. Remember, it's all about spreading practical advice for powerful networks. Thank you, Noelle.
You're very welcome. Thank you for having me.